You ever feel that fire in your chest when someone does something wrong and nothing happens to them, when the cheater gets the reward, the bully walks free, the corrupt person keeps winning, and you sit there thinking someone should do something right now? That feeling right there is the seed of vigilante justice, and history shows us what happens when that seed grows without control. Extreme vigilante justice isn't just comic book heroes. It's real people stepping outside the law because they believe the system is too slow, too weak, or too unfair. Back in the 1800s during the gold rush in California, law enforcement was almost non-existent in mining towns, so citizens formed vigilance committees, hunted down suspected criminals, and sometimes executed them publicly without proper trials because they felt they had no other choice, and at first it seemed effective because crime dropped, but fear also rose, innocent people were punished, and power slowly shifted from justice to whoever shouted the loudest. That's the first lesson for you as a student. When emotions rise, thinking drops, because your brain's amygdala reacts faster than your logic, and when you're stressed about exams or deadlines, you're more likely to snap at a classmate or make a rash decision you regret later. So the simple habit is this: pause for 10 seconds before reacting, breathe once deeply, and ask yourself, will this action help me tomorrow or just satisfy me for 10 seconds today? Now look at a darker example like the Ku Klux Klan, who believed they were protecting society after the Civil War but used terror and violence outside the law, hiding behind masks and group identity, and psychology calls this de-individuation. When people feel anonymous in a group they behave more extreme because responsibility feels shared and diluted, and you see this today in online bullying, group gossip, or cancel mobs where individuals say things they would never say alone. So here's a rule you should live by. If you wouldn't say it alone with your name attached, don't say it in a group chat either, because strength isn't loud aggression, it's controlled behavior. Then there's the case of Bernhard Goetz in 1980s New York, a man who felt crime was out of control and took violent action on a subway believing he was defending himself and restoring order, and society was split between calling him a hero and calling him dangerous, which shows how frustration mixed with fear can push ordinary people to extreme actions when they feel powerless. And here's where this connects to you. Procrastination often comes from feeling overwhelmed and powerless, and when you feel you're losing control of your studies, you either shut down or lash out emotionally. But science shows that the fastest way to regain control isn't through extreme action, it's through small structured wins, one focused hour of study, one completed task, one clean desk, because control is rebuilt slowly, not explosively. History also shows us how mobs in medieval Europe sometimes dragged accused criminals into streets before trials even happened, believing they were protecting society. But mobs don't think individually, they react collectively, and neuroscience proves that emotions spread through crowds through mirror neurons, which is why panic spreads in exam halls and negativity spreads in classrooms. And if you surround yourself with stressed, complaining students, you will absorb that energy whether you want to or not. So choose your environment carefully, sit near focused students, mute negative chats, protect your mental space like it's your most valuable asset, because it is. Fast forward to today and you see digital vigilante justice, where someone makes a mistake and within hours thousands attack online without context or verification, no investigation, just outrage. And while it feels powerful to join the crowd, remember one day you might be the one misunderstood and you'll want patience and fairness. So train yourself to question before sharing. Ask, do I know the full story? Am I reacting emotionally? Am I adding value or just adding noise? The deeper truth is this: extreme vigilante justice often begins with a good intention. Someone must fix this, but without discipline and systems, good intentions become chaos. And the same pattern appears in student life when you get tired of procrastinating and suddenly decide you'll wake up at 4 a.m., study 10 hours, delete every app, change your whole personality overnight. And then 3 days later you burn out because extremes feel powerful, but consistency is what actually works. Stable societies replaced mob justice with structured legal systems, and successful students replace emotional reactions with structured habits. So instead of reacting to unfairness with anger, build competence. Instead of trying to dominate loudly, dominate quietly through preparation. Instead of chasing revenge, chase improvement, because your discipline is the strongest response to chaos. I know sometimes you feel invisible, like your effort doesn't matter, Like unfair people move ahead faster, and it hurts, but reacting emotionally only delays your progress. Responding intelligently builds your future, so the next time you feel that fire in your chest, don't let it control you, let it fuel you, channel it into focused work, into better routines, into calm decisions. Because history proves when anger leads destruction follows, but when discipline leads stability grows, and your life is no different. So pause before reacting, choose structure over emotion, build long-term power through skills and habits. And if this made you think even a little differently, if you felt understood in that quiet frustration you don't tell anyone about, then subscribe, share this with a friend who reacts too fast, and let's grow smarter, calmer, and stronger together.